ॐ ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम ओम नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम समस्तब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्रीवेदव्यास सद्गुरवे नमः। वैशम्पायन सद्गुरवे नमः। याज्ञवल्क्य सद्गुरवे नमः। आद्यशंकर सद्गुरवे नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। Chant mantra number fifth of Brahmananda Valli for Parayanam today. Om Vijnanam Yajnam Tanute Karmani Tanute Bicha Vijnanam Devas Sarve Brahma Jeshtamupasate विज्ञानं ब्रह्म चेद्वेद तस्माच्चेन्न प्रमाद्यते शरीरे पाप्मनो हित्वा सर्वान् कामान् समश्नुत इति तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य तस्माद्वा एतस्माद्विज्ञानमयात् अन्योन्तर आत्मानन्दमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य प्रियमेव शिरः मोदो दक्षिणपक्षः प्रमोद उत्तरपक्षः आनन्द आत्मा ब्रह्मपुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति असन्नेव स भवति असद्ब्रह्मेति वेद चेत् अस्ति ब्रह्मेति चेद्वेद सन्तमेनं ततो विदुरिते तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य अथातोऽनुप्रश्नाः उता विद्वानमुं लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चन गच्छति आहो विद्वानमुं लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चित् समश्नुता सोकामयत बहुस्यां प्रजा येते सतपोतप्यत सतपस्तप्त्वा इदगं सर्वमसृजत यदिदं किञ्च तत्सृष्ट्वा तदेवानुप्राविशत् तदनुप्रविश्य सच्चत्यच्छाभवत् निरुक्तं च निरुक्तं च निलयनं च निलयनं च विज्ञानं च विज्ञानं च सत्यं चानृतं च सत्यमभवत् यदिदं किञ्च तत्सत्यमित्याचक्षते तदप्येष श्लोको भवति असद्वा इदमग्र आसीत् ततो वै सदजायत तदात्मानग्गः स्वयमकुरुत तस्मात् तत्सुकृतमुच्यत इति यद्वै तत्सुकृतं रसो वै सः रसगह्येवायं लब्ध्वानन्दे भवति को ह्येवान्यात् कः प्राण्यात् यदेष आकाश आनन्दो न स्यात् एष ह्येवानन्दयाति यदा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन् दृश्येनात्मे निरुक्ते निलयने भयं प्रतिष्ठां विन्दते अतसो भयं गतो भवते यदा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन्नुदरमन्तरं कुरुते अत तस्य भयं भवते तत्त्वेव भयं विदुषो मन्वानस्य तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ओम अथ श्रीकृष्ण यजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीयारण्यकान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ओम यस्माज्जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं। तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पर्शात्तरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। ॐ अथ शिक्षावल्ली प्रथमोऽनुवाकः शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ चतुर्थोऽनुवागः। ॐ यश्चन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽद्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतो अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री वेदव्यास सद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ वैशम्पायन ऋषये नमः। याज्ञवल्क्य ऋषये नमः। आद्यशङ्कर सद्गुरवे नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। One sign of our Shuddha Antakarana or our purity or our fructification of satsanga is we are liking our satsanga. We are enjoying the study. We are cherishing our understanding. And we are getting inspired from within to walk the spiritual path more seriously, sincerely, intensely, deeply. If this is happening, then our Shravanam is becoming effective. Why it should happen and how it should happen is because the theme discussed is the truth. The theme discussed is the self. The theme discussed is Paramatma, whose nature is Ananda. And Ananda is the one which we want. Therefore, if not one day, another day, it should start becoming appealing to us because it is truth. It is only to a person of extreme impurity and extrovertedness and worldliness, filled with lot of asanas and lot of wrong notions, that the truth is not appealing. But the one who is really become purified, genuine, the truth has to be appealing because it is truth. How can the untruth be appealing? Untruth is misery, truth is blissful. The blissful truth only has to be appealing. That's how the difference between the matured and Bala, according to Kathopanishad. Na samparaya pratibhati balam. The knowledge of spirituality doesn't appeal to Homa, the one who is childlike, extroverted, absolutely raw. Child means untrained, uncultured, untamed. But the further higherly evolved person, he will discriminate Shreyas and Prayas, just keeps away Prayas and takes up Shreyas. So, if we are deeply feeling within us the zeal, zest, inquisitiveness to study the Shastra deeply and understand every sentence and word, understand the sadhana indicated in that, and feeling within that, long or very soon, I must experience that truth. If that desire, if that longing is increasing, means our antakarana is shuddha and we are liked by the Guru and Bhagwan, their kripa is beautifully falling on us. And then that feeling has to be encashed by truly, really using that time only for sadhana of swadhyaya, dhyana, itya. And what should happen as a result of this Swadhyaya Sadhana Ityadi? The clarity about the Vishaya, the Parabrahma Tattva, its reality, the Jagat, its Mithyatva, have to grow. The clarity should grow, not a doubt, not a vagueness, but a clarity, clarity in understanding. The understanding is पक्का है तो conviction भी होता है. And also we are able to pierce deeply of using this clarity in the dhyana. Actually, we should feel that Naham Dehosmi, Naham Jivosmi, Naham Panchakoshosmi, Aham Shuddha Sadvastu Asmi. This type of thing, when it starts happening, then we are absolutely on the right track. If not, some more listening, some more contemplation, some more prayers to the Guru and Lord to bless us, we need to do. But as a result of all that, when we establish this way in Shravana as well as in Swadhyaya, Manana, Chintana and Dhyana, then all our it is visits to Tirtha Yatras, pilgrimages, all our visits to Mahatmas inviting to our house and doing Saparya Upasana to them, all our other Devata Upasana, they all are fructified. Now we need not go after that to anywhere. You have to discover that Lord who is there in every temple in your own heart, in every तीर्थ यात्रा. कहाँ है बद्रीनारायण? अपने हृदय में. Badrinarayan is great. He is there. Millions of jivas he is guiding. What is his guiding? To discover Badrinarayan in one's own heart. Is it not? That Lord is nowhere. It is in my own heart. Then only he is everywhere. So for that person, when he discovers Narayana in him, the Narayana in him, the Narayana is Badri, and the Narayana en route to Badri. All the three places he will see only Paramatma. So his every moment is pilgrimage only to Bhagavan. I'm just saying by the way. So once the conviction comes, everything is distraction. Everything is again extrovertedness. Internally only we have to aim at transcending all this Thulata, the Sukshmata, the Karanata, the Tamoguna, the Rajoguna and Sattva Guna. And we have to discover that Gunatita inexplicable experience of Aham Brahmasmi, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Ahamasmi. That should be our goal, becoming stronger day by day. And when the conviction about the goal is stronger, then the restlessness to reach to it by all sadhanas required to be done, we should be able to do. And the sign of that is what? The minimum we are interested in making the issues in the world. We just do our life, we'll fulfill our dharma, we love all, we say hi to all, but we are fully withdrawing and entering into our dhyana. These are the few signs that we are being blessed by the Lord, Srutimata, Guru Parampara, and we are blessed with the phala of all the punya satsanga we have done. Because that's the highway. When we hit that highway, just keep on traveling. There we reach the destination. And it takes time, give it. It needs efforts, put it. It needs patience, have it. Joyfully, let us do this journey. And with the so far study of Shastra, especially Mandukya, where the Dvaita Vaitatya is convinced, and the study of Taittiriya, the second and third Anuvakas, where in this world the big phenomena have to be seen by us only to do the Upasana, then lot of the dust and dirt of the heart goes away with these two. The dirt and dust of the hearts are the Ragadvesha. Main. The malinata, it will not be there because you are in upasaka. Everything is his lila. And also through that Vaitatyadi Prakaranam, we understood every moment changing world is unreal. So unreality of the world, then upasyata of the great phenomena. When they enter into us, all the non-positivities of raga, dvesha, they go away from our life. That's a big, big, great achievement. And we are lost. If our heart is filled with raga dvesha towards the vastu vyakti vishesha ityadi, then our all thinking energy will go only towards that, making us ineffective for spiritual journey. So may we achieve that by the grace of Lord. Now in this fourth anuvaka, in these two aspects of medha kamana to the Omkara Bhagavan by doing this mantra japa. Then Sri Kamana by using the mantras. For the Homa, again to invoke the Sri from the Lord Omkara. These two. In these two, the first one almost be completed. Those three last words which we exhaustively discussed yesterday. Three last sentences. Brahmanah koshah asi, medhaya pihitah asi, shrutam me kripaya gopaya. Kripaya word we added. So chant that Om Yaschandasam Vrishabho Vishwarupah Chandobhyodhyamrutat Sambhavova Samendro Medhaya Smrnotu Amrutasya Devadharano Bhuyasam Shariram Me Vicharshanam Jiva Me Madhumattama Karna Abhyam Vishruvam ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति. While using this mantra, the Puranic devotional aspect, we have to use it. What is the meaning of it? Is ki what we need to grow in life is not created by us. What is needed by us to grow in life is given to us. Is it not? We have not brought anything, we have not created anything. We are given everything, whatever we have. Therefore, there is somebody, the giver. In the Puranic language, the giver is given different names. Whether the names in the Puranic language given as Ramakrishna or in the Vedic period as Indra, Varna, Vayu, Agni, Pranava, but there is someone to give. Our job is ask him to get from him, and when he gives us, make the right use of it, what is given. And the right use of anything which is given to us is only to go back to our own origin, our own self. Use that principle, feel it, and with that feeling, chant this mantra. Remember, don't get what to say, the bored. That same sloka we are studying every day and seeing the meaning. No, that's wrong approach. How much we are become clear about every word of this mantra, then how much we got faith in that and conviction, and are we doing it or not? Because this mantra is enough to be chanted hundreds of times every day, in which with the meaning in the mind we are praying to that Pranava Rupa Paramatma. That's all we have to do. The rest he will give to us, whatever are demanded or desired in that. And without them, we cannot live the life outside properly, nor inner mind is peaceful, nor we can travel in journey spiritual. अरे भाई, जिस चीज के बिना हम साधना नहीं कर सकते और उस चीज के बिना हम साधना कैसे कर सकते हैं? पहले उसको पाओ. It is the sadhana at this moment of knowing the meaning of this mantra and doing the prarthana through doing the japa of these mantras as many hundreds and thousands at times is required or possible, so that the intensity depth of our prayer reaches that Parabrahma Omkara. Then he reciprocates our prayer with blessing all these things. Then having all these things with us, then we do our journey of Brahma Vidapnoti Param Ityadi, which are said in the next Valli. Therefore, bring that devotion aspect and use that devotion, addressing the Omkar Bhagavan and praising him. Already we saw that, and asking him to give all these things. Clear? Then, what are the things asked? Medhaya sprunotu amrutasya devadharana bhuyasam shariram me vicharshanam jiva me matamattama karnabhyam bhuri vishvam. These are the things we ask. Each one of them are so important. And it, with an ordinary mind intellect of grossness, the importance of these things are never understood. Therefore, the need to ask for these from the Lord is never understood. Then we ask only those things which are contradictory for our evolution. The Medha Shakti, Sharira Vicharshanam, the Madhuta of the Jihva, then Bhuri Vishravanam with the karma, with the Karana. How much important they are? Have we fully established in the meaning of these things and established in truly praying to that Lord as many times as possible whenever we are free? This is to be done for a few years. Asking the Lord to give us fitness equipments for our spiritual journey. उसके बिना वो नहीं देंगे. If he is not giving, you cannot create it. My memory power is not mine. He gives. Matta smruti jnanam apohanancha. My ability is to discriminate is not mine. He gave. Arre Baba. In fact, the thought to discover Paramatma, the Advaita, is only Ishvara Anugraha Deva Pumsam Advaita Vasana. Without Bhagavan's Anugraha, neither Manushya Janma will come, nor the Adhyatmika Sankalpa comes, nor the Guru is available, nor we surrender to the Guru and get taught by him. Without Ishvara Krupa, why will Guru teach me? It is Ishvara Krupa who makes the Guru, which makes the Guru to guide me in spite of me. Everywhere that power of infinite with its glorious grace is functional. The difference between a successful non-successful person is successful person recognized it and invoked that Ishvara's kripa at all levels, whether it is spiritual or worldly, we talk spiritual. Unsuccessful person never invoked, therefore he didn't have that sufficient resources, therefore he is not successful. Otherwise, how come a Shruti Mata which talks about Brahma Vidya, Ekameva Advayam, talks about the Omkara as the Devata and do the Prarthana to him with this Medha Kamana and Sri Kamana? See that clarity. Vedas are authority to us, Upanishads are authority. In that only it is mentioned. They were never ever have doubt at the sadhana kala about the presence of the all powerful and all compassionate Ishvara Paramatma and his need of his grace on us for the qualification and equipments. When we establish the Advaita Jnana after a lot of study meditation, that time, because already we are on the path with all the resources, we don't need anything, therefore we don't pray to him. And only at the verge of experiencing the Tattva that we can say that there is no Ishvara or anybody other than Brahma. But till that moment, it is only the Ishvara who guides this Jiva, who blesses this Jiva, who invokes Yame Vaishavrunate Tena Labhyaha. See, Tassesha Atma Vivrunate Tanuswam Uma Sahayam Parameshwaram Brahmam. Everywhere it is said. What is the meaning we are trying to say is, even though we are in Vedantic Jnana Sadhana, still the Ishvara is Krupa is essential. Secondly, even if you are a devotee, don't invoke the Krupa of the Ishvara for the worldly things, but it should be for the spiritual knowledge of the truth so that the liberation is gained. If these two click to us, we are in a really highly matured state. What is the thing? The goal is spiritual, but the means is grace of Krupa, Lord. So too, I am a devotee invoking the grace of Lord, not for anything of the world, but only to know the truth. This person is clear, is matured, is not depending only on his limited efforts, he is seeking the grace of God, and also he is not using his efforts or even the prayers or the grace for the further binding things of the world, but he is using all that only for evolving in his identity with the Supreme. A beautiful thing. Yeah. Now the last three sentences. One is Brahmanaha Koshaha Asi. Three things are told in that. Kosha iva koshaha upalabdhi adhishtana. Second one is what? Keep upalabdhi adhishtana. Second one is called as pratikam. Third is Tvai Brahma Upalabhyate. See the three levels of approach. These are all three levels of maturity happen in us when we are contacting or dealing with the Omkara Paramatma. First is Brahmanaha Koshaha. He is a case. He is a sheath for Brahma. That clarity should come in us. Why? Because Upanishad said, Rishi said, that if you go and are able to open the Omkara, you will get the Brahma just like go to the sheath and open it, you get the what do you call the sword or what are the specs. Clear? Brahmana Koshas. Little further higher understanding of Omkara is what? Ki Brahmana Pratikam. You are the representative of Brahman. At this level, be attentive. When you say it as Kosha, the Kosha is different, the sword is different. The thought of difference is there. But when you come to the Pratika level, the differentiation is reduced. We respect the pratika as much as we respect that which is symbolized by that pratika, like the janda and the nation. The pratikata, what is the meaning of it? I respect the flag as much as I respect the nation. The difference is reduced. There was more difference when the kosha and the content. Now it is pratika. Third one is what? Tvai Brahma Upalabhyate. More closer. That in you alone is Brahman is there means when you are understood, you are the upasana of you is done, the Brahman is not far away at all. In you the Brahman is available because you are Brahma Swarupa. That Om alone is Brahma expressed. Through the Om, when you go to the source of the Om, inside and outside, we reach the Brahmanubhuti. Therefore, Upalapti Adhishtanam, then Pratikatvam, third one is Tvai Brahma Upalabhyate. So clear. A person who is holding on to the Om and its Upasana, to him the Brahma Anubhuti, Brahma Upalabdhi is guaranteed only. So, in the Adhisthana level, you are increasing your faith. At the Pratika level, you are using that faith in becoming closer to the Omkara through Upasana. Tvai Upalabhyate level, you have almost experienced Brahma. Okay? The faith sadhana experience. It is an Adhisthana, therefore faith. Pratika, therefore sadhana. Upalabdhi, therefore anubhuti. Tvai Brahma Upalabhyate. And nowhere we need to go now. Just hold on to the Omkara, meditate on the Omkara, as said yesterday, very exhaustively, taking the help of Brahma, Mandukya Upanishad also, taking the help of other Shastras also, be explained how the Omkara is used for reaching Brahma Tattva. According to Mandukya level, all the three avasthas in three matras in a matra. In other what we did, intensified our Omkara Upasana Japa to such an extent that all the Anya Vrittis have gone away. Isn't it? What is Upasana? When it was defined, it was shown. What Shastra Yukta Yadaya Apkuna ki as said by the Shastra, the theme on that, focusing the Vrittis of Man to the exclusion of all other things. That Upasana. Then we become aware of the source of this Omkara. Or when we are chanting Omkara, we are already aware of it. Become aware of that awareness. Then we reach to the Brahma. In this way, Omkara becomes a protected vehicle, seated in which we are freed from all the road traffics, etc., and are taken to the destination called the Brahma. Tvai Brahma Upalabhyate is not an ordinary assurance, not an ordinary sentence. The mukti giving Brahmanubhuti is obtained with the help of the Omkara. That much we have to learn. All that are not seen in the world outside. All of them are within, even beyond the mana, बुद्धि इत्यादि अंतःकरण. पहले अंतःकरण में साधना करके देन उसके भी भीतर हम जब जाते हैं तब जाकर ये उपलब्धि of ब्रह्म happens. Who helps is the Omkara helps us. Okay? So Brahmana Kosha Asi. Therefore Upalabdhi Adhisthana Pratika, then Tvai Brahma Upalabhyate, and so many things which we yesterday discussed. Then second one is got Brahmana Kosha Medhaya Pihita. Be careful about it. Every Medha of the worldliness is an obstruction in Brahma Jnana. Therefore, let us not make the medhas the capacity of knowledge to gain that knowledge which covers the knowledge. Is it not? At one certain level of doing upasana, doing purification, clearing our obligations, clearing our debts, fulfilling our dharma, we have to have the medha of the worldliness, world things, and use that medha to know and do what is required. But once that is done, the medha of the Jagat alone becomes the obstacle to cover the Paramatma. Medhaya pihita. First, feel the meaning of the sentence, literal meaning, then the indication. Medha is the one which is covering Paramatma. Then it would be a contradictory sentence because earlier we asked for the Medas to realize Paramatma. Now we say the Medas is covering Paramatma. So that earlier Medas is Brahmajnana, which was said. It was said there. Medaya sprunotu, pragnaya sprunotu. Then Amrutatvasya means Brahmajnanasya. He Deva, aham dharanaha bhuyasam. Why Amrutatvasya Brahmajnanasya? Amrutattva prapti hetu bhutatvat. So all that when you remember, there is no doubt. There that Medha which is essential, therefore asked for. Here the Medha is Laukika Prajna. The Prajna of the world which is Mithya. This Medha of the Laukika Prajna is definitely an abstraction because it will prompt us, tempt us to do the things of the world only. क्योंकि जब कुछ आप जानते हो लौकिक विषय उसको प्रदर्शन करके उसका आनंद उठाना या फायदा उठाने का मन होता है. As I told hundreds of examples, if I am a singer, I cannot be without singing for my own joy or for getting some money through some concerts. So that way, having the talent of singing is so good for your own happiness, for entertaining people, for getting the money. But in all these chakkar, you are not going near Paramatma. That is the meaning of this Laukika Prajna covering Paramatma. All of us are in this state only. That so much of Medha of the Laukika Prajna is there that we are taking that alone is real. All our thinking, planning, everything, every activity of ours is only worldly, means extroverted. Is it not? So that's now here that sloka said in Katha Upanishad is fully applicable. Paranchikani Vetrunat Swayambhu Tasmat Parang Pashyati Na Antaratman. Everybody is with their Laukika Prajna looking into the world outside, taking it as real, trying to gain something or the other by doing whatever with whatever Prajna they have. Only few are there. Remember, Pratyaga Atmanam Aikshat. Few are the one, the Dhira Purushas, or one is a Dhira who desires and puts effort to see the Pratyaga Atma, the Parabrahma inside. And for that, he knows or he should know that that pursuit becomes successful only when he is Avrutta Chakshu. That Avrutta Chakshu is totally weaning us ourselves away from everything external. Amrutattva Vichana, that knowing Brahman leads to Amrutattva. Therefore, the desire of Amrutattva is fulfilled only by reaching Parabrahma. Therefore, there also Amrutapada is used in Katha Upanishad, here also. Amrutatvasya deva dharano bhuyasa. Amrutattva, the immortality. Relate both of them. So, Medhaya Laukika Prajnaya. Now, here he says, Pihita Chaitaha. Then, Sahatvam. See, he is confessing in front of Omkara that, O Parabrahma, Sahatvam, O Omkara, who is the Kosha for Parabrahma, who is the Upalabdhisthana for Parabrahma, who is the Adhisthana for Parabrahma, who is the Pratika for Parabrahma, in whom the Parabrahma is available, such you, Omkara, O Om is addressed. Sahatvam, Samanya Pragnaihi, Avidita Tattvaha iti arthaha. Those who have samanya prajna of the laukika vyavahara, not the vishesha prajna of the adhyatmika sadhana. By those people, O Lord Omkara, you are aviditaha and avidita tattvaha. First is they don't become aware of the presence of the Om. That is called avidita about the Om. Avidita tattvaha means when they don't know the presence of you as Om, as Alambana, how do they know your tattva that you are given in the Vedas to be held on to for upasana and contemplation? to reach to Parabrahma, ये बात वो जो सामान्य प्रज्ञ लोग हैं उन तक पहुंचता ही नहीं. It's like how many people go to temples to worship any of the devata, but in and through all their transaction or going to the temples pilgrimage, yes, their prajna is samanya. What is prajna is samanya? They want something of the world, therefore that's given to them by that Lord. Therefore they worship the Lord and ask for that thing only. 99.999%. They are all samanya prajna, not vishesha prajna. If they are vishesha prajna, they will approach the Lord with the idea that He is the giver of the mukti. Such persons' chantings, prayers, namaskaras will be different. Is it not? For that, Vishesha Prajna is required. Those who don't have that Vishesha Prajna and only have the Samanya Prajna, the Lord is Parabrahma. When you pray to Him, He gives the Brahmanubhuti by which the moksha comes. This Tattva is not known by them. Therefore, they are Aviditi Tattva. So, they may reach or go to the temple every day for 40 years. Understand? But they are सामान्य प्रज्ञा maintain कर रहे हैं. They are not going for विशेष प्रज्ञा. Therefore, they always remain as avidita tattva. Never ever know the essentiality of the God of myself to be as a devotee and how through devotion what I have to get. इसका तत्व पता ही नहीं. Here avidita tattva means Bhagwan is there. He is the bestower of mukti. I am a jiva. I have to get mukti by knowing Brahma tattva. This is explained. This is guided to me by blessed to me by that Paramatma. Therefore, to that Paramatma, all remembrance, all puja I have to do only for this nothing, realization, only for this mukti. All this put together is called a tattva vidita, vidita tattva. ये सब जो नहीं कर रहा है इसके लिए और कुछ भी कर रहा है, he doesn't know the tattva, that means his prajna is very samanya, that means he is approaching the same Lord but for something which continues to bind. मेधया लौकिकप्रज्ञया पीहितः आच्छादितः सः त्वं सामान्यप्रज्ञैः अविदिततत्त्वः इत्यर्थः. देखो, hope you are catching it. You have to be very alert, very concentrative to catch the point. Medhaya pihita. Therefore, what is to be done is what we were doing from last 2 years. That use your own given capacity of intellect's understanding, not for gaining something of the world, but gaining the thing of the Shastra. Therefore, become the Vishesha Prajnavan, not Samanya Prajna like anybody in the worldliness. In the Vishesha Prajna, you become Vidita Tattva, knower of the Tattva. Vidita Tattva is knower of Tattva. What is knower of Tattva? Knowing the truth and getting realized, this is the final stage. But before that, the Tattva that I am a Jiva, Tattva as a Jiva I am bound, Tattva that I will be liberated only when I know Swarupa, Tattva that is blessed to me by the Lord. Lord is in the form of Om or any name, and to that Lord I have to approach for blessing me. The one who does all this called Vidya Tattva. And having prayed to the Lord, when the Lord shows him the path of that knowing the self, this Vidya Tattva person, he will be strictly following that only. It's like you and me now, in simple words. I am Vidita Tattva, I want Mukti, I pray to the Lord. Lord sent Gurudev to me, Gurudev gave me the knowledge, I gained the knowledge, I am walking on that path to reach the truth. 90% Vidita Tattva is over. Just continue the journey and one day you recognize it 100% Vidita Tattva. Who is the Samanya Prajna Avidita Tattva? Who never approaches a God for this, he does approach for everything else. And they are much more lower category, they don't even worship the Lord. They only depend on their own cheating mind or that crooked intellect, etc., to win the world or to achieve something in the world. It's both or battar aadmi hai, very low level is. Secondary person is approaching the God for only the artha kama. So, Medhaya Vihita means what? As we were telling another point earlier, we will continue the same one. The capacity given by the Lord of intellects and ability to understand. Let us use it for the Vishesha Prajna, in which about the Tattva, the Jnana starts becoming stronger and stronger. Last 2 years we are doing that only through the study of Upanishads and all. And definitely there is certain change, at least a little bit. Some conviction regarding the presence of the Parabrahma beyond the Jiva Jagateshwara, we started feeling it. इतना ही होता है 2 साल में. It is not a 2 year, 5 year job. It is hundreds of lives. Even the conviction. Then in the sadhana, purification, coming to sattva guna level, ये सारा बहुत टाइम लगता है. कोई जल्दी नहीं करना. लकीली टाइम रुकता नहीं. इसलिए करते जाओ, होता रहेगा. That is a secret we have to discover. It may take 10 million years, doesn't matter. It will start with this moment and keep on doing. 10 million year will go away, just like 2 million year gone away. 10 million year also will go. But our goal is reached if we are doing sadhana. Focus should be on sadhana, not on when and where and how. Is it not? When you are on the path with your speed and vehicle and movement, it will be in its own time reached. You have done the sowing of seed and watering now. Then the plant will come in its own time. It will give mango in its own time. कहेंगे नहीं, आप जो करना है कर दिया, तो जो होना है होगा ही अपने टाइम में. No worry. But being established on that is great. That's what we are helping ourselves so far. And it should continue. It doesn't mean that we have become freed from all the outer pulls just because we are studying Shastra. वो है अभी भी, मौका दिया तो ऐसे तगड़ा खींचेंगे ना, इतने चले जाओगे आप. Like few people go every day, some of them go. We also get pulled into the world. So I to assure to myself that come whatever the prarabdha, come whatever the mind's pulls toward the world, I'll not leave my study of Shastra, which alone is the opposite force to this opposite force of prarabdha, that it is trying to keep me on the track. लाइक सम एनिमल और एनीबडी फेल इन द वेल, तो उसको ऊपर लाने के लिए आप खींचोगे ना कुछ रस्सी देकर, और वो नीचे का पानी या जो भूमि है वो उसको नीचे खींचता है. सो दैट ग्रेविटेशनल पुल विल पुल हिम डाउन. यू आर पुलिंग विद द रोप. whichever is powerful, that will happen there. If our pulling is weaker than the gravitational pull, he will fall in the well. But our pulling is very stronger, then he is brought out. So our commitment is pulling ourselves out of the well. And our own vasanas, prarabdhas are the ones which tries to pull us down into the well. संसार कूप इसलिए कहते हैं उसको. निरंतर कोशिश जारी रहनी, कभी मौका उसको सोचना ही नहीं कि हो गया है, हो चुका है. होता नहीं इतना आसान से. Is it not? The tamoguna, the vasana, ऐसे छोड़ेंगे easily. That's why what we are doing will continue to do. When we continue to do what has happened so far, will happen more continuously, more deeply, more strongly. That the Upanishad's theme, Shastra's theme, starts becoming one with us, and we recognize that our real goal is that Paramatma. That's the real help we do to ourselves. Never ever please insult the satsangas by considering them as superficial informations or time passes or entertainments. At least now. Others do at a childhood nature, at a nature of the bachpana. But you are not anymore now. We have no choice now. Our respect, reverence to our Shastra, to our Rishi Parampara, to the theme of Parabrahma, to our sadhana has to increase day by day. If this gift we don't give to ourselves, we who attend classes, those who don't, there's no difference at all. Should we again be back to same world of avidya, kama, karma, granthi and frustration like others, or should we evolve? ये question खुद को पूछना है and see what's the answer. My answer for me is what? No going back. Let Prarabdha do its play, but by myself, you ask, it is convinced. Shastra is never left, Swadhyaya Pravachana is never left, whatever sadhana possible is never left. Even though that sadhana is very little. I may do 30 years only a japa with all distracted mind. Never mind. But my joy is that I am able to do it from 30 years. I am successful in that. Then the next step, how to make it is more perfect for quicker results. वो इतने साल करने के बाद ये प्रश्न उठेगा, तब उसका जवाब में ये पता चलेगा कि तुम ऐसा कर रहे थे इसलिए फायदा नहीं हुआ, अब ऐसा करो तो होगा. That time I will change the way, then the result starts spectacular. But not giving up is a secret. If given up, gone. By the way, what will happen otherwise? The worldly Medas will do the Pihitam of the Brahmajnana. All of them are like that. Not only the self in them is hidden, but the information that there is a self knowing which the liberation comes, that is completely hidden. Then the result of is what? On the name of freedom or the happiness, people are doing those things by which they are bound miserably. See the point? And the reflected happiness or the gap between two problems, they consider it as happiness. Satisfied with that only. देखो, है ना? 3 दफ़ा दिन में खाना खा के, उसमें सारे मिर्ची मसाले वाला सब्जियाँ खा के, we think उसी में आनंद है. Means we are only at the happiness of the Indriya level. When will we reach to the Brahmananda level? उसका मेदस तो पीत हो गया. It is covered कि they don't want to even think that. With that, then the arrogance is added. And so we are happy with our own khana pina. Don't ask us to come to the class. So such people are medaya pihita. Very funny category. We were also in that. But some jadoo happened. I call that jadoo as Bhagavad Krupa, Ishwara Krupa, Guru Krupa, and the Shastra Krupa. That suddenly we developed interest in the Shastra. Doesn't mean that we have excelled in that, but suddenly we started coming to class. It's a jadoo. Why others are not coming, why we are coming, who were earlier were not coming, is a jadoo. That's a grace. And in that grace, when it is continued, we are understanding also the theme. Not completely, but at least little by little. And when you continue it, you are the one day become a pakka visionary of your own life's goal and means. Now we are listening from somebody. A day will come where each one of us will be pakka. This is my goal, this is my mean, this is my practice, this is my qualification. I'm only on this. That's the person who has blessed himself, who got blessings from the Lord and Shruti Mata and Guru Tattva. कि मुझे पता है कि मुझे शमदमादि करनी है, मुझे पता है कि मुझे विवेक वैराग्य करनी है, या मैं कर चुका हूँ विवेक वैराग्य, अब शमदमादि में हूँ और ये सब हो चुका है. नाउ आई एम ऑन द क्वालिफिकेशन ऑफ श्रवणम. नाउ माय श्रवण इज विदाउट एनी obstruction and I am helping myself by using the shravana to the next level called manana. It's all very conscious, very clear. It will happen. At this moment, some vagueness coming, opening the book, some mantra are chanted, we are chanting, something is spoken, we are trying to listen and understand the literal meaning and trying to understand what is the Siddhanta taught in that sadhana taught. ये सब efforts चल रहे हैं, ये तैयार. But when we grow, middle matured, all this knowledge becomes our own. If you continue, do it. Else, medaya vedah. So laukika pragnaya achaditah, therefore samanya pragnaihi avidita tattvaha. This is the power of Maya. We should discover and don't allow it to overpower us. That it will keep us so much engaged in the laukika samanya prajna that we never become available for the tattva jnana prajna. That is why we are spending time to digest this mantra. Otherwise, that word is not used just like that. So Bhagavan adds to that कि sahatvam samanya pragnai avidita tattva ityartha. And it has various levels, this sentence. One level is those who are busy in the worldly knowledge will never be becoming aware of the spirituality. This is the immediate, in literal or initial understanding. At the higher understanding level, जिनका सामान्य प्रज्ञा है, means सूक्ष्म नहीं बना. To them, the tattva cannot be understood. The samanya prajna is looking at even the shastra jnana from our standpoint. Vishesha prajna is trying to understand Shastra from the Guru standpoint. When I try to understand from my standpoint, I'll understand only at what level I am. That is why from the Samanya Prajna, coming to Vishesha Prajna word is not used here. I am using because Samanya Prajna Avidita Tattva means Vishesha Prajna Vidita Tattva. Therefore, from Samanya Prajna to Vishesha Prajna, we have to come to become Vidita Tattva from Avidita Tattva. And what is Vishesha Prajna? Every time the Vishesha Prajna is what? In this situation, what I am to do is a Samanya Prajna. If this situation comes, what Gurudev does, that's called Vishesha Prajna. To this problem, what is solution? From my side, if I think Samanya Prajna, what solution he gives, that question, that trying, that effort is Vishesha Prajna. So what I am understanding is Samanya Prajna. What the Guru Maharaj or Bhagavan Shankara is meaning, that effort is called trying to know the Vishesha Prajna. Then that person will know the Tattva. And most of the time in all our Vyavahara, we use Samanya Prajna. कि मैं जो जानना चाहता हूँ मेरे तरह से मैं वही जानता हूँ. विशेष प्रज्ञा वाला he says the person who spoke with what intention or purpose he spoke, he focuses on that. He will get the tattva because it is coming from that source. So tattva is there. If it is from your side thinking, then it's only imagination ना. जैसे आपने कुछ कहा तो मैं उसको इंटरप्रेट करूं मेरे दिमाग से, तो ये मेरा अंडरस्टैंडिंग होगा ना कि नॉट व्हाट यू मेंट. If I am a Vishesha Prajna, then I will focus my attention on you. Then, from your standpoint, I understand. Then I know whether it is you are loving me or hating me or whatever it is. Else, it is my interpretation. Vishesha Prajna is required for trying, for understanding what Shruti Mata and Guru are saying. Naito we understand what we want to, what we can, and go away as if with our own knowledge. This is what is given in that Indra Virochana. Both of them are shown the water. Both of them saw the reflection. That Virochana got the Samanya Prajna. Then he said कि गुरु ने पानी में देखने को कहा, पानी में चेहरा दिखा, therefore the body is the Atma. He went away. But the Indra said Vishesha Prajna. How can the seen be the Atma? Atma cannot be the seen, it is a seer. Therefore he went to Guru again. Then Guru said the other techniques, etc. Finally became qualified. Hope you are understand. In Vishesha Prajna capacity, you will never misunderstand the world. You will never have quarrel from the world. In Samanya Prajna, which you think from your own standpoint, there is always problem. There is always the gap between what he said and what I understand. And there is more chances of my misinterpretation of that. Then nothing but inner misery, outer reaction, breaking of relations. I'm talking about Vyavahara. So too in spirituality. The Vishesha Prajna is Bhagavad Gita even for moksha. Samanya Prajna is Bhagavad Gita is a text of management for my own business. Don't the people use? Vishesha Prajna is approach the Guru to get a jignasa for the moksha. Samanya Prajna is going to ask the Guru, hey Guru, please tell me how to succeed in the business. ये सामान्य प्रज्ञा वाले ही पूछते हैं, विशेष प्रज्ञा वाले वो पूछते हैं. सामान्य प्रज्ञा वाले से मुझे ये करना है, कैसा करूं? विशेष प्रज्ञा पूछते क्या करूं, पहले वो बताओ फिर कैसे करूं. मैं ये करना चाहता हूं इस सामान्य प्रज्ञा, क्या करना चाहिए इस विशेष प्रज्ञा. इज इट नॉट? तो मैं ये करना चाहता हूं, गुरु कैनॉट हेल्प बिकॉज ही हैज डिसाइडेड. गुरु's help will not come to him. क्या करना चाहिए, then guru's guidance fully be there because he knows what to tell. ये करना वो करना, he will really help us in liberation. Most of us go to मैं ये करना चाहता हूँ गुरु के पास. Very few go कि क्या करना है. Like परीक्षित, क्या करना चाहिए ask कर, मैं ये करना चाहता हूँ, he did not say. Then he said भागवत सुनना चाहिए. फिर सुना, सुनते गए, बात बन गया. सामान्य प्रज्ञैः सह त्वम् अविदित तत्त्वः It's looking to a simple sentence, but if you pause and contemplate how many important things it is revealing. The final thought is stop thinking from your style. Start thinking from the God, the Shastra side. Then not only you will be understanding what they say, more than that, you will be surprised with joy. Whatever they are saying is only in our interest. Like when they say control the mind and senses. If you see from Samanya Prajna, why should I control? You will react only. I will enjoy only the world, indulge only. They say it's Samanya Prajna wala. Vishesha Prajna wala will question why he is saying so. He control mind senses. Then they tell us because the entire success is mind senses. If it is making you enslaved and make you dance to its tune, only destroys you. You will control it and use it for your own higher pursuits. When this question you ask and the answer comes and you get the Vishesha Prajna, then you believe walking, यार senses मन को तो control करना है पहले. Not only for spiritual unfoldment, but also to worldly success and also to avoid the problems. You will suddenly realize one day when the Vishesha Prajna comes, कि so far whatever problems I had were because of non-control of the senses and mind only, which he was never understanding because he was at Samanya Prajna level. अरे श्रुति हमेशा वही कहती है हमको विशेष प्रज्ञा हमको समझ में नहीं आता. The highly well-wishing Shastra and Guru we don't understand because we are at the Samanya Prajna level. Vishesha Prajna. By him, Tattva will be known. That's the Medhaya Pita explained. This can be dealt again and again with a lot of examples of all in the world. अब उसको इतना वहाँ छोड़ दें. The third one, last one is important. Shrutam me gopaya. This is the place where we stopped yesterday. May, by me, Shrutam, whatever is heard, gopaya, it be protected. So whatever the knowledge I heard from the Gurus, clear? All that be protected in me for protect me. Not that I forget all that. Raksha kare is jnana ka. Now again it's a huge subject, so much thoughts come. We have to curtail all of them and tell only that which you can digest because I have to know what you are. I know what, I must know what you are and what you can receive, not beyond. उतना ही कहना पड़ता है. See, knowledge already gained by us. But what happens is this knowledge gets corrupted. Is it not in between? Or misused or unused. Is it not? Like the money is come to us. The money can be corrupted. Money can be misused. Money can be unused. What is important than gaining the money is rightly using the money, not allowing it to be misused, etc. In the same way, we are gaining knowledge in the class. But when you go to the world, again it is corrupted. Corrupted means creating doubt in us. Misusing of the knowledge is what? Misusing of the knowledge is using this knowledge and talking in front of people to become famous there. ये तत्व का ज्ञान मोक्ष पाने के लिए होता है कि ये वर्ल्ड में एज ए जीवा फेमस होने के लिए होता है. दिस कॉल्ड मिसयूज. मेनी पीपल डू दैट. They gain knowledge from Guru and they use that knowledge to become famous only as Jiva and Samsari. This is the meaning of misuse of knowledge. And non-using is what? बस ज्ञान अपना बदर ही है, मैं अपने संसार में हूँ. So avoiding non-using, avoiding the misusing, avoiding corrupting is called as Gopaya. रक्षा करो. मतलब non-using से using में आ जाए, using में के right using में आ जाए, and nothing should corrupt that. Means when I study Upanishad only to know Brahma Tattva and Nigma. Not forgetting that knowledge, not using that, not using this Upanishad Jnanam for any other purpose other than moksha. That is called as Gopanam, protection of that knowledge given by me. Shrutam me Gopaya. Another thing is what? If whatever is heard is forgotten there and then when will we become wise and when will we help ourselves? And in this also Bhagavad Krupa is there. If he blesses us, that effect of tamas and rajas. Tamas makes the knowledge forgotten, rajas makes us misuse the knowledge. The Krupa of the Lord avoid these two negative traits. Blesses with our Sattva Guna makes the gained knowledge rightly used. His blessings will come. Therefore, Shrutam me Gopaya. Now, what is that Shrutam and what is Gopaya? According to Bhagavan Shankara, are these. First, Shrutam means Shravana Purvakam Atma Jnanadikam Vijnanam. This is called the Shrutam. Shravana Purvakam Atma Jnanadikam Vijnanam. श्रवणपूर्वकम आत्मज्ञानादिकम विज्ञानम गोपाय में रक्षा करो. What is raksha karo? We will see later. But Shrutam means Shravana Purvakam Atma Jnanadika Vijnanam. That Shravana Purvakam Atma Jnanadikam, two ways it can be talked out. One is Shravana Purvakam means first step is Shravana. Second is Mananam. Third is Nididhyanam. Then with that Atma Jnanam, that is an experience. Vijnanam, this should be protected. So at every level, I should be protected. Shravana level protection leads to Prakka Shravanam. Manana level protection leads to Pakka Mananam. Then Dhyana level protection makes us me do the Dhyana. That leads to the Atma Anubhuti, which is called Vijnanam here. Please protect me every level. Protect all these stages happen in me systematically. Another way is what? Shravana Purvaka means I did Shravana and I gained the knowledge and I got Mukti. Now, this same knowledge I have to tell others for their mukti. In this way, the knowledge gained be protected in me. First for my redemption, later on, may I help others also. Because somebody helped me, then only I got mukti. If I don't help others, then the chain is broken. So, the Shravanadika means I did Shravana and realized myself. I make others Shravana and make them realize. In both places, Gopaya protect the knowledge which I gained. सो मेरा ज्ञान मेरे मुक्ति के लिए पहले काम को आ जाए, उसके बाद दूसरों के लिए, इसके लिए रक्षा करो आप ज्ञान का. सो श्रुतम श्रवणादि पूर्वकम. एंड व्हाट श्रवणादि पूर्वकम? रिमेंबर, आत्मज्ञानम ओनली. आत्मज्ञान आदिकम. Atmajnana Adhikam here means Atmajnana and its Chintana. Jnana is intellectual information, then Chintana of that, then experiencing it doubtlessly. Here Shrutam very beautifully said in this way, to avoid that all other thing which is heard other than this need not remain in our mind. Now, one of the highest level of purity as well as maturity is the selectivity in remembering that which is worthy and forgetting which is not worthy. This is a very sensitive topic. I touched it, but I will not explain it much. The ability of being selective in remembering or retaining what is to be remembered and retained, in giving up or forgetting what is the worthy. That is the highest शुद्धि, highest maturity it is of ours. अगर है तो, अगर इसमें फिसल गए ना कि जो याद करना है नहीं रहेगा, जो बकवास है that all will remain. Everywhere it is. When you go to a temple for darshan, when you come home, what is to be remembered, what is to be forgotten? If you are not aware, God is never remembered. You will only remember with whom you have fought and what bhoga you had. Then do you call it as pilgrimage then? Is it not? With somebody you spend 2 hours. If those 2 hours of time after this, if you remember only incidents, then you are only at the lower level. If you remember that good touch of contact of love with that person, mutually reciprocated, by which you understood that person's greatness and developed respect, then you have become correctly selective. At large, entire life, all the incidents are remembered, but lessons are not learned or not remembered, then we have selected wrong. If you have selected, if you have remembered the lessons learned and all other are given up, you are mature. है ना? केला फेंक के छिलका खाया तो पेट दर्द होता है. सिलेक्शन, वी शुड बी केयरफुल. और केला छिलका साथ में भी नहीं खाना चाहिए. थ्रो द स्किन एंड ईट द फ्रूट. दैट्स वन ऑफ द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इन लाइफ. So, what is why these all examples given? To convey this point. First of all, we should not listen anything other than Atma Jnana Vishayas. That's all solve problem. But you can't be that. You have to be in the world, talk to the people, interact. Even if you are in Gurukula, गुरु जी से बात करने होते हैं, बहुत सारे दूसरे बात है. Even to other friends have to talk. अरे पतीला ले आओ, पानी ले आओ, प्लेट ले आओ, ये सब क्यों कर रहा है? You can't be a mauni na all the time. You'll have. Now, when you do the talking, listening, interaction, and also you are listening from the Guru Tattva, if you listen this nonsense listen thing, if you remember, not what Guru is teaching, then the staying in the ashram is waste. So, first of all, listen only Atma Tattva. Secondly, even if you are forced to listen other things, listen, but you be selective in remembering only Paramatma, not anything else. That's called Shrutam Me Gopaya. Why Shrutam is equal to Atma Jnana? Because that is only Mukti giving thing. If you go to a camp 7 days and only remember the mountains and rivers and wonderful journeys and sceneries and only the khana pina which is given and the laughing, giggling you did to the people, not the theme of the camp, whatever spiritual camp it was, then your Shrutam is not Gopaya. Now remember how many years we studied, how many classes, still the memory of the knowledge is less, means what? This mantra we never chanted, therefore we never got blessing from the Omkara. Right now onwards, only new one, only prayer, Me Shrutam Gopaya, Me Shrutam Gopaya, Shrutam Me Gopaya. ये भगवान जो तत्व ज्ञान, आत्म ज्ञान, ब्रह्म ज्ञान मैं सुन रहा हूँ, इसका रक्षा करो, इसका रक्षा करो, ये याद रहे मुझे. मैं इसका महिमा को निरंतर मन में रखूं. मे आई यूज दिस नॉलेज फॉर माई मुक्ति. मे आई नॉट करप्ट दिस विथ द वर्ल्डली नॉलेज और may not replace this the worldly knowledge or information that inspires me. Then again I'll become worldly. Then it is like a beautiful dish is made, but without eating it you throw that out down. What is use of it? इतना मेहनत करके बनाया तो. Doesn't happen many times. So much mehnat you did in a very less time you have, and you're hungry also. You made a dish or a tea or coffee. Just about to drink it, it slipped from the hand. In the same way, came as human being. Purpose is to get mukti. Opportunities provided of the Shastra Jnana. Gained it, but that is forgotten because of the strength of the memory of the worldliness. What is of that person's entire life generally? हम सब इसी कैटेगरी में थे. अब वहां से इधर आना. दैट्स हाउ द ग्रेट गाइडेंस ऑफ दिस उपनिषद मंत्रास. I tell you, there are two things. Only a subtle person can understand what Upanishad is saying. And the one who is understanding what Upanishad is saying alone becomes subtle. A gross person cannot catch it. Sukshma. That is why Samanya Prajnai Avidita Tattvaha was said in the earlier line. In that Shrutam Me Gopaya, what is the Vishesha Prajna is there? It is not how many classes you attended and listened. Remember, that's why Tapon Maharaj followed this. मैं एक ही बार पढ़ाता हूँ, तुमको उसे याद रखना है. People thought it's a punishment. अरे बेवकूफ, it's a training. Otherwise, whatever I teach, if you forget, not only me, any guru you go and learn anything, you forget only. My job is to train you to remember whatever every guru says. If you are able to remember what every guru says, you need not go to every guru. You need not go to second guru. First guru is enough to liberate you. Just like Nachiketa and Yamaraj. Nachiketa has such a terrible, terrific, wonderful memory power that entire that Agni Vidya what Yamaraj taught, he remembered and by verbatim and replied everything. Such a powerful was his memory that when Yamaraj taught Brahmajnana, he just received. He need not go to other fellow to ask. Nachiketa never required Adi Shankara for Bhashyam. He never needed to go to any other guru. It was direct because Shrutam me Gopa. His mind was not correct. Tapon Maharaj trained in that way. Gurudev caught it. Therefore, secret in Puja Gurudevs, in few years only, not only digesting the Vedanta Shastras, not only doing sadhana and getting experience and starting that very engaged, the great samstha is Tapon Maharaja's training. He trained him to do the Gopanam of what Shravanam is done. Three things he did. One, he ordered the students, you must remember whatever I say. Second, he prayed to Vishwanath and Ganga Maya to bless these disciples, which is never known by us. Third, he told them, you also pray to Ganga Maya and Vishwanath. They give the capacity to remember what you studied. तो मेरा मेहनत, मेरा डायरेक्ट कांटेक्ट ऑफ गुरु एंड परमात्मा टू ब्लेस एंड गुरुस ब्लेसिंग्स, तीनों मिलकर मेरे जो श्रवण किया हुआ आत्मज्ञान है उसका गोपनम या रक्षणम करें. Otherwise, a precious jewel or money you got, you think that now you are the richest person to enjoy. Suddenly, that money or diamond is lost back to Bikari. Is it not? An Atmajnani is a richest person who distributes Ananda to other. Anybody other than Atmajnani is a beggar of Ananda. Do you want to be beggar again after studying Shastras? No, rich, then how? Shrutam me Gopal. In that, our effort also, and we are praying to Omkar Bhagavan. Omkar Bhagavan not only do any other information, it doesn't make reach you. He makes you only to expose to Shastra, to remember it more and more. We are protected by 5-6 classes per day. श्रुतम में गोपाया हो रहा है. फिर भी हमारा भुलक्कड़ मन है, भूल जाते हैं. That also will be set right. With more nama japa, with more upasana, more prayer, that tamas rajas both go away. The sleepiness of tamas, the distracted, disturbed, agitated level of the rajas, they go away. We'll definitely become sattvic. Always to remember the goal Parabrahma, the means the sadhana. That's the meaning of Shrutam me Gopaya. So Shrutam, श्रवणादिपूर्वकम आत्मज्ञानादि विषय विज्ञानम. श्रुतम मीन्स श्रवणपूर्वकम आत्मज्ञानादिकम विज्ञानम में गोपाया. तो इसका अर्थ क्या है, पीछे से दे जाओ. द विज्ञानम इज द गोल. विज्ञानम इज एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ ब्रह्म तत्व. हाउ विल इट हैपन? आत्मज्ञानादिकम, व्हेन यू अंडरस्टैंड द आत्मा थियोरेटिकली पक्का एंड डू साधना. And how do you do pakka sadhana? After which the vijnanam comes shravanadikam. When we do shravana. So first shravana kaal mein mujhe protect karo ki I thoroughly listen. Then the atma jnanadikam is manana chintana kala, you protect me. Then the vijnanam is anubhava kala, you protect me. Protect me means protect my these efforts. At the Shravana time, Shravana should happen perfect and information should be thorough. At the Manna Chintana time, Manna Chintana is perfect so that all the doubts have gone away. I am just entering into contemplation. At the Vijnana Sthai, the required patience and all, give me that and protect me so that whatever the time is consumed, let it be consumed required time. Because to reveal, immediately it won't happen. कोई भी तपस्या करते हैं, तुरंत भगवान नहीं आते. He takes his own time. So to let me have at that time the patience till the Vijnana happens, that patience is called your protection. तो अनुभव आने के लिए पेशेंस देकर प्रोटेक्ट करना, अनुभव के लायक बनने से पहले मनन चिंतन ध्यान के टाइम करवाने के लिए प्रोटेक्ट करना, और मनन चिंतन ध्यान करने के लिए जो डेटा चाहिए जो श्रवण में मिलता है, श्रवण काल में श्रवण में प्रोटेक्ट करना. एंड श्रवण काल प्रोटेक्शन इज द अर्लियर मंत्रास. शरीरम में विचर्षणम, जिह्वा में मधुमत्तमा, कर्णाभ्याम भूरि विश्वम, all of them are protections at the Shravana Kal. Therefore, Shrutam means what? Shravana Purvakam Atmajnanadikam Vijnanam. देखो भाष्यकार, if you thoroughly study, such a clarity comes. Another meaning what? जो भी मैं सुना उसका आप प्रोटेक्ट करो तो मैं वही सुनने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगा. फिर जो भी मनन चिंतन किया उसका आप प्रोटेक्ट करो तो मुझे आगे एक स्टेप अगर ले सकता हूं. मैं वो भूल ही गया तो बैक ओनली डू द सेम थिंग. दैट्स द मीनिंग ऑफ इट. So Shrutam Shravanapurakam Atma Jnanakam Vijnanam me mama Gopaya Raksha. What is the Raksha? Tat Prapti Avismaranadi Kuru Ityartaha. Both are important. Tat Prapti Kuru, Tat Avismaranadi Kuru. प्राप्ति हो रहा है हम सबको, लेकिन विस्मरण हो रहा है इसके बाद. इसलिए इज वेरी स्पेसिफिक एंड पक्का भगवान शंकर. लेकिन अगर आप आधा मांगो इसमें कि मुझे प्राप्त कराओ, तो प्राप्त हो ही रहा है, लेकिन कुछ बचा ही नहीं भाई, विस्मरण हो रहा है. विस्मरण इज फॉरगेटिंग. तो मे आई बी ब्लेस्ड बाय द obtaining ऑफ दिस नॉलेज, मे आई बी ब्लेस्ड बाय नॉन फॉरगेटफुलनेस ऑफ दिस नॉलेज. What is the meaning of non forgetfulness? Meaning is absolutely remembering all the time. 24 घंटे हमको केवल परब्रह्म ही याद रहना एज ए गोल. And to reach to him, whatever sadhana to be done, clearly that sadhana should be remembered. And every moment I am only the sadhaka of the Brahma Siddhi. This is called as protection. नो अदर ऑक्यूपेशन, नो अदर गोल, नो अदर टाइम पास, नो पोस्टपोनमेंट. हाँ आत्मा है ना, अगले जन्म देखेंगे, अब इस जन्म में लेट अस ट्राई एन आत्मा. हाउ इंपॉर्टेंट इज दैट प्राप्ति एंड दैट अविस्मृति. गोपाय तत् प्राप्ति तत् अविस्मरण आदि. तो प्राप्ति हो गया, अविस्मरण आदि. बट आदि क्या है? स्मरण तो हुआ, लेकिन उसको यूज भी करना है ना. I must remember, but I must practice it, what I remembered. That's the meaning of word Adi. How long the practice has to be done? Till the experience comes. That's the meaning of Adi. Adi means etc. Here the Adi you can add for the Prapti also. In that Prapti Adi के क्या होता है? My seriousness, sincerity, my fortune to have a Sadguru who is not only capable of teaching, but he is suitable to me, I am suitable to him. There may be many disciples great, many gurus great, but दोनों के बीच में मैचअप भी होना चाहिए. Every guru is not fit for every disciple. Every disciple is not suitable to every guru. वो अपना अलग ही होता है. Like every bride is not fit for bride broom, और broom is not for bride. और देखना पड़ता है उनका, जोड़ी बनता है. So the prapti means I must have jignasa, I must find a good guru. Then he should have that kindness, compassion to understand me, teach me the way I understand. These are all called as prapti adi. Then once all that is fulfilled, the mission accomplished, that he taught us and we gained the knowledge about the jnanam, about the siddhi as well as sadhana. But that has to be practiced. For practice, you should remember it. Therefore, avismaranadi. Non-forgetfulness, that means remembrance, and then inspiration to do it till the goal is reached. This is the entire meaning of Gopaya. If you just Gopaya means protect karo, then उसमें मजा नहीं आता. That's the Bhashyakara's greatness. He goes to the deepest level in few words and completely he explains. And we should also go into deep level in those words and get the thought. So tat prapti avismaranadikam. So may I deserve to get the knowledge from the qualified guru with all his love and compassion. 50%. Second 50, let that knowledge be always in my memory. I should not forget it. And I practice it consistently till I reach it. Like in any journey, that's what we do. Where to go, how to go, all that you gain. That's called prapti. Then without forgetting all that, you are journeying till you reach it. बीच में कोई विस्मरण करते हैं कि कहाँ जाना है, नहीं तो कभी पहुंचेगा नहीं वो. Like a person wanting to go to office, first the prapti is what? The inspiration in him to go to the office. Avismarana is what? When he left the house, he is on the path, he may be taking turn left, right, but he is going toward the office only. He is not going anywhere else. ऐसे नहीं होता कि 11 बज गए तो ससुराल पहुंच गए. दे आर सरप्राइज, दामाद जी क्या आप आ गए? अच्छा मैं ऑफिस जाने के लिए निकला था, भूल गया, अब इधर आ गए. ऐसा नहीं होता. ये सिर्फ सत्संग में होता है कि जहाँ की अब और कहीं जाने का भूल कर, अब भटक कर सत्संग में आके बैठ गए. है कि नहीं? सत्संग के निकल के बीच में सिनेमा में जा सकते हैं। सिनेमा में जाने का बाई मिस्टेक सत्संग में आ सकते हैं। कभी ऐसा वाला, वो पहला वाला डिलिबरेट, सेकंड इज़ विस्मरण। दिस कैन हैपन हियर बट नॉट इन लाइफ। Like you want to have food. So that prapti is all the means and preparation to have food. Avismarana is when you are sitting for food, eat only food properly. नहीं तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगा। वो कैसे खाना, क्या खाना? जो लोग दुख में होते हैं या absent minded होते हैं, they instead of putting buttermilk in the rice, they put only pani. Avismarana. And the great bhaktas like Vidura and his wife, they have got Vismarana only. When the God came, they removed chilka. They threw the kela and they gave chilka to Lord. Lord ate that. Vismarana, Vismarana. सो पाना एक बात होता है, तो उसका याद रख के यूज करना दूसरी बात। दोनों भगवान आप कृपा करो, दैट्स द मीनिंग ऑफ इट। ओके, रक्षा तत्प्राप्ति अविस्मरणादि कुरु इत्यर्थः। होवा न भगवान से जप अर्थाः एते ये मंत्राः। दीज आर द मंत्रस ऑफ व्हिच एवरी डे यू हैव टू डू द जप। यश्चंदसाम फ्रॉम देयर अप टू श्रुतम में गोपाय। And for what? Desiring for what? Medha kamasya. This is not said in the Upanishad mantra. Shankara Bhagavan will have to tell us. भैया ये मंत्र हर दिन जप करना है मेधा कामना करते हुए, because without medha or memory you will never remember what spirituality is. So yes, I've heard so many lectures, books we studied, but कहाँ कुछ याद है? अगर याद होता तो it will inspire us to only do sadhana. Do you know why we are not sadhakas and more we are samsari? Only simple reason, we don't have medha. Is it not? If you have medhas, then the glory, greatness of spiritual goal will always be in our memory and we pursue that only. If you are not pursuing means we have forgotten, it means no, it's no medha. And we have the worldly medha so much that we are so much inspired by this worldliness. Throughout the day, our thinking, planning, action is only for worldly, and it is leading to us more and more samsara. So, this highest beautiful thought of praying to Omkara Bhagavan through the japa of these mantras for asking him to bless us with the Medha Shakti, so that I never even for a fraction of moment also forget that my goal is Parabrahma and my sadhana is Adhyatmika. That's the only way. Otherwise, with our vasana, with our mind, with our power of Maya and all, again and again we go away from. अब वो कम होना चाहिए हमारा भटकना, धीरे धीरे रास्ते पे रहना है। क्लियर? Now because it is said ho japartha ete mantraha medha kamasya, we will do the japa of this mantra 6 times today. Remaining you do at home. Om yaschandasam vrishabho vishwarupah. See, I'm chanting, you also chant. And if you remember the meaning, very good. I also try to remember. In between, I'll not stop to explain the meaning again. You know it. In short, ask for Medas, ask for Sharira Vicharanam, Jigva Madhvattama, Karnabhyam Bhurvishram, and also feel that how the Laukika Prajna is concealing Paramatma Prajna. Therefore, make me forget the Laukika Prajna and make me remember this one, Shutam Me Gopaya. These things, if you can remember while chanting, that will add to the result. Okay, try karo. पहले ओम रूपी भगवान का याद रखना, and you are addressing all this to him. Feel as concentrating and devotional as possible. ॐ यश्चन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतो अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्याम्भोरिविश्रुवम् ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय. See, if you cannot remember Omkara, then you replace Omkara with your own Ishtadevata, but the mantras and prarthanas and meanings remain the same. Om is best because it is what is given in the mantra and it is Upanishad, name of Bhagavan. So Om symbol you can remember and understand that Om is the name of the Parabrahma and he is all powerful to bless us. That way you do it. If not able to do, your own Ishta Devata, Rama, Krishna, Mata Rani, or anybody you can. But same fervor of praying, prayerfulness, devotion should be there. Now we will not stop. 5 more times straight away. ॐ यश्चन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ यश्चन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवम् ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ यश्चन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Done. Medha Kamartham Japartha Mantraha completed the topic. Now you can really see how, if you know the meaning and bringing that meaning and bhavana and pray, we only feel happy. First of all, we feel happy. Then it is done regularly. The Lord also is happy. You can see the blessings coming. Very powerful Vedic mantra for, see, in that everything, again I am repeating, by asking Shariram me vicharshanam, bodily happiness. Jihva me madhumattama, vocally making others happy. Karnabhyam Vishruvam, giving others to chance to tell their advices or problems. Then asking for the medhaya spranotu, give me that medha shakti, the prajna, the brahmajnana capacity. Then here also, Sutame Gopaya, please protect what I have heard, understood, convinced, and sadhana I am doing. What a beautiful thing, complete it is. Okay? Now he says, Homartha tu adhuna. Now we are teaching you the mantras for Homa. For whom? Sri Kamasya, the one who wants the wealth. Mantraha uchyante. The mantras are taught for a Sri Kama Vyakti to use those mantras in Havanam. Earlier are only Japa. And here the Sri is required for us doing the Punya Karma, Sadhana Karma, so that the Antakarana becomes Shuddha. And using that Sri wealth for bigger and higher, greater spiritual program. Therefore, this entire mantra tells us up to us to invoke the wealth from the Lord and how to make best use of it. As exhaustive as the earlier mantra is this one. But it will not take 10 days like we took for it, but 3-4 days एक दिन में होएगा. Even chanting also tomorrow only we do. Avahan devi tanvana urvana chiramatmanah vasagam simamagavascha annapane cha sarvada tato me shriyamavaha lomasham पशुभिः सह स्वाहा आमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा विमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा प्रमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा दमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा शमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा यशोजने सानि स्वाहा श्रेयान्वस्य सोसानि स्वाहा तन्त्वा भगप्रविशानि स्वाहा समाभग प्रविश स्वाहा. Beautiful mantra. Swaha kara is yajna. Homa. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah Paramarashibhyo Namah Parabrahmane Namah Shrutimatre Namah Vedavyasa Yajnavalkya Maitreya Vaishampayinadi Adya Shankara Drishibhyo Namah Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank God, without any obstacle.